Okay, welcome. Today we have Jess with us. Jess went through the LifePlan process this past summer. Jess, it's good to have you with us today.
Thank you.
I just want you to share just briefly what was going on in your life to trigger you going through this process. What questions were you asking yourself? That type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm a mom of 5, married to a teacher and a coach, and for the past 10 years or so, I had been home with our children, and really, really happy to do so, happy to be there. But as our youngest child went off to kindergarten, it was a time in my life that was a period of transition and trying to figure out what my next chapter would be. And I had been home doing in-home daycare for several years. And so as she went off to school, I wanted to decide what it was that I wanted to go out and do in the world as far as a career and a job, but also then just what direction my family was headed to as we left the stage of babies behind us and moved towards young children and even junior high school kids too, and what that would look like in our home.
It is, it's interesting. Of the 21 of these I've done, it seems transitions are always what seem to trigger. I did mine 2 years ago. In fact, this week it's been 2 years, and it was thinking about the next season of life for me. So it's kind of the same.
Right.
Same for you as well.
Yeah.
So tell me about the process. What did you find? What you like?
Yeah, well, actually, I was just amazed by this whole process. I think what really stuck out to me is just how much information we pulled out just in 2 days. As we went through this, everything that we talked about, you documented just on big poster paper, and we actually put that up on the wall to see, and that visual for me was really neat, especially as we looked at things that had happened in my past, maybe different events and things, and to see those highs and lows, and then just how God has used those to shape me as a person, and where those different things will take me in the future too.
So what would you say you learned about yourself? I mean, a good chunk of this tool of the process is perspective. So as you think about that time, is there anything you learned about yourself?
Oh, I think so. I think it showed me what's important to me. What are the things in my life that are priorities to me? What are the things that I'm interested in doing? What are my talents? What are the things God has given me that maybe up to this point I haven't used as well as I should have, or I'm doing well at right now? But it really gave me a chance to look at all of those things and see where I'm at.
We wrote your mission statement on day 2, and your mission statement's one of my favorites. And I don't know if you have it put to memory, Jess, but if you want to, share that and share about why we landed on those words.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just really very simple to make the ordinary extraordinary. And I think that over the past few years of being around small children and young children for so long, I was able to see the world through their eyes. And I had the opportunity and the advantage of being able to take some time in my day where I could be outside with them or different things and just really slow down and look around at God's creation and the things that so often we miss because we're so busy and off to here and there. I feel like God has given me eyes that I can just see those things differently. The blessings that He gives us in a sunset, or a simple flower or dandelion, things like that. I think it's good to pause and to stop and really thank God for those things. But just to be able to see it and notice the blessings He gives us that a lot of times we don't even think about.
Yeah. Making the ordinary extraordinary. I think that is cool. And as we met over this 2 days, I think that describes you very, very well. So we ended the time with an action plan with some specific steps, and you wanted to share how that's gone since then, how your life has changed because of going through this life plan.
Yeah, well, I think it was really great to be able to sit down and make some goals. And one of the things you pushed me to do is not only make those goals, but actually set a date in which to accomplish those by. And that really pulled me out of my comfort zone, to actually have to say, all right, I'm going to work towards this, and this is the date where I'm going to start, whether that be on Monday morning or 2 months from now, but to give me a time frame. And to be able to pull out the things that we've talked about. I've got those in a binder that you've made for me, and to pull that out maybe once a month or so, and look at, okay, have I done that? Where am I at in this step? Things like that. Very helpful in keeping myself on track. Or maybe I want to tweak things a little bit. Maybe there might be things I looked at this summer that, now other things have happened in life where I'd like to change that a little bit. But really looking forward to where I'm going, and setting goals and changing those goals, and thanking Jesus all along the way for what he's given me to be able to do so.
I know I'm not the only one, but through this process we've encouraged you to write more, and we've been pushing hard for a blog out of you, Jess. And you want to share just briefly where you're at with that?
Well, yeah, that's one of my goals that I would say that I haven't gotten as far as, what we had talked about this summer, getting that going. I have started it, but that would be probably the center of my blog is to look at God's blessings, to take ordinary everyday things and see how extraordinary they are, and why, and how God has given those things to us. And then I also just have a real heart for women and for young mothers, and just having been the mom of 5 very children that are very close in age, and I feel like I've walked in those shoes, and just to be able to tell these moms that nobody's perfect, this job is hard, and through those imperfections that we can help each other, and really just strive to not have perfect children, but kids that just know that they need a Savior and love the Lord.
Oh, that's awesome. So what words of encouragement would you give to someone perhaps considering going through this process?
Well, I would say just to do it. I think if you have any idea in your mind of you're just questioning like what your next step might be, no matter what age you are, we're all at different times of transition in our lives, whether it be a job, whether it be from having young kids to older kids, or for kids leaving the house, if you've got kids that are off to college, or empty nesters. You're trying to decide what's next for you. And I think this process, to be able to look where you've been, look where you want to go, and see what tools God has given you to do those things, to be able to see that laid out with you, and to really have you, Matt, to help use these different tools to lay that out, is so helpful.
Well, thanks for sharing, Jess. Thanks for your willingness to go through the process. And yeah, if you're listening to this and you'd like more information, you can certainly find that on my website, or click on the Work With Me section, or snoop around, and I'd love to help you through the process as well. Thanks.